is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Apex E-Series Showdown presented by Apex Sim Racing. And welcome, everybody, to Rebel Racing Network. I am Eddie Smith. I am your host tonight as we have 28 drivers fighting for the win here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. You see everybody is got their webcams on, getting ready to roll. All our drivers. You got some guys discussing strategy, some guys who are doing this little bit of warm up, and you see Chuck Peglefels getting him some racing fuel up there at the top, and getting ready to roll tonight at Atlanta. 1.5 mile. We're doing the old configuration. If you watch NASCAR, you know there is a new super speedway configuration. iRacing hasn't released that one yet, so we're still running the tried and true version here in Apex, as it's still a beautiful track. Some of the best races you'll ever find. Some of the best races, the most memorable, have happened here in Atlanta. So I'm hoping to add to that a little bit tonight, as we'll turn down the music just a little bit, as we are currently under warm-up. Going to have about 3 minutes left in warm-up. And I tell you what, let's maybe talk to a driver tonight and see how he's feeling about the race. Let's see if we can pull John Curtis up in here, and we'll talk to him, see what he feels like. We can reach down and find him. There he is. Hey, John, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, Atlanta Motor Speedway, looks like you're going to start inside the top 5 tonight. I think. I don't know 100% until the qualifying pops up. But tell me how you feeling tonight. How you feeling about tonight's race?
I'm feeling pretty good. I like Atlanta. My team likes Atlanta. We're from the area, so it'll be a fun one. Always running with these guys is a lot of fun, and hopefully we can pull something off here.
Well, I mean, y'all have a pretty good strategy in hand. You got your pit strategies all figured out. How you feel like you're going to attack tonight? There's a couple different lanes that you can use. Have y'all talked about that? You're going to be running the low line, high line? How you planning on running it tonight?
Definitely we'll start out on the low, and then just depends on if we can get some good green flag laps in. I'm sure it'll move up a little bit, but I'm hoping it's fast on the bottom, and we can just rip around.
All right, man. Well, hey, appreciate you talking to us, and good luck tonight.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
And that is John Curtis. And you can tell he's ready to go, has a plan. Going into this race, he's ready to go. And I'm excited too, man. I can't wait. Man, Atlanta is just one of the best tracks on the service. I'm going to say it probably 1,000 times, and this is one of the best series in the service as well. So go ahead and buckle up tonight as we see if anybody can get Chris. How many Chris is going to win this season, as Chris McLean wins the first race at Daytona last week. At Vegas, Chris Carroll takes home the win. Who's going to win tonight? Is it going to be Chris Bedwell? You know, I mean, may get 3 Chris's in a row, or maybe we can branch out in some other names, maybe get some of these Johns and Jasons and Alexes out of the way, maybe. Or maybe even a Tracy or an Aaron or a Phil Hitman Monzo, maybe a George or Ray. Got a lot of different names to choose from. So we'll see tonight, as warm-up is almost over, about 30 seconds left to go. What do I think? You know, I think we'll see something similar as far as speed at Vegas. The difference with Atlanta is just a little bit faster. The top side is really strong here. You'll see that a little bit. You know, the track is actually pretty cool, about 95 degrees at least right now. So I expect to see the bottom be pretty strong unless the track heats up. But I think you'll still see at the end of a long run, guys start to make their way up to the top, because it can be very, very difficult to pass, especially off of turn 2. But grid is complete. We'll hop in here real quick, and your Peg Leg Pole Awards are going to go to Tracy Passons as we get into the Kinder Farm and Ranch starting grid. Tracy Passons on the pole. Chris Carroll starting second. Jason Higginbottom starting third. Chris Bedwell starting fourth. John Curtis starting fifth. Alex Coffey sixth. Joseph Mahar seventh. Garrett Kinder starting eighth. Chuck Belt starting ninth. Jonah Colbert starting 10th. Starting 11th is Charles Stevens Jr. Starting 12th, Todd Schott. Starting 13th, Eric Burkhalter. Starting 14th, Mickey Isaac. Starting 15th, Tanner Marr. Starting 16th, Alan Smith. 17th, Aaron Adcox. 18th, Jason Raymond. 19th, Matt Rogers. 20th, George Williams. 21st, Tony Edrington. 22nd, Phil Hitman Monzo. 23rd, Anthony McPherson. 24th, TJ Roberts. 25th, Justin Miller. 26th, Ray Rogers. 27th, Brandon Wallace. And 28th, Mike Beath. So, big old field tonight. What are we going to see in this race? Man, I'm excited to find out, as this Apex E-Series has been a blast already this season. It's been a lot of fun to watch. It's been fun to broadcast. As always, want to thank our main sponsor, Apex Sim Racing Gear. ApexSimRacing.com. Button boxes, all kinds of sim equipment. Definitely go check them out. Support this series and support him, as man, he does some really, really good stuff. Definitely go over there and check that out. As the trucks go into turn 3 and 4, getting ready to get this show underway. And as your Kinder Farm and Ranch starting grid, we'll get that off the screen. And we're getting ready to go racing 100 laps. Not a long time. I mean, it's going to be about 45 minutes to an hour. But got to get it done quick, as green flag is out. As the 97 getting a nice push from Chris Bedwell. Going into turn 1, is actually going to have position there. Nice little run through the first turn. Tracy Passon's fighting hard on the inside, trying to maintain that lead, but the 97 going to get the run down the back straightaway, and Chris Carroll actually almost clears him. Not quite just yet. Let's see what Tracy has, and he fights back on the inside. That inside line, with it being colder on cold tires, is going to be faster, especially if you hold it wide open. Oh, they make contact a little bit there as it crossed the line for the first lap. And Tracy Passons is going to take over the top spot. Chris Bedwell going to follow, and Chris Carroll going to be on the outside. That outside not quite where it needs to be just yet, as you can pretty much hold it wide open in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 on the first few laps. But as you get into 10, 15 laps, you're going to see guys really make a lot of speed by moving up the track a little bit, especially in trying to defend that position. But a really good start here is the top 4 or 5 have kind of broken away a little bit. Not quite fully, but you see them kind of get lined up here. And you're going to see a lot of draft early on, and then we'll see some separation as the truck's tire wear starts to fade a little bit. It does get really, really tight. And what I was saying off a turn is we got the number 7 of Alex Coffey going to the outside of Chris Bedwell. I don't think that's going to work just yet. But we'll see. He actually gets a nice little run here. He's going to get the position off the corner. And, yeah, is able to take that, at least get to position side by side with Chris Bedwell. Chris pushes up in the middle just a little bit, and that's going to give Alex that run that he needs off the top side. That number 7 truck is looking really, really nice. A little bit different scheme than last week, but looks really good, but still not able to complete that pass. We'll see if he can get the run off of 2. This is the part in about 15 or 20 laps where you'll see Bedwell really struggle there if he was on 15 or 20 lap older tires, as turn 2 gets really, really tight, and you really need to hold track if you're on the bottom. So you'll see the guys on the high side prevail there. So be on the lookout for that as we get further into this run. So far, Tracy Passons still holding on that top spot. And Chris Bedwell, seeing what Alex Coffey did, and said, hey, I'm going to jump up here too. Oh, thank you. We're not going to play music for the whole time. I don't know what I would do without Kevin Kidd. So far, everything looking pretty clean up front. As we have Alex Coffey looking to the outside, not waiting around. So interesting to see. I expected the bottom side to be just way more superior to the top side, but so far Alex making that top side work, and he is almost going to clear Tracy as they go down into turn one. Now the high side notorious for being a little bit harsher on the tires, but we'll see how that all plays out. Track temperature and usage plays into that. We still have a side-by-side battle here for first, side-by-side for second, and almost side-by-side for third. Or fourth. Truck get a little bit loose off of turn two. Falls back into the clutch of Garrett Kinder. And Garrett Kinder, Jonah Colbert, John Curtis making their way back up to this front pack. John Curtis started in 5th place, has dropped back to 9th. Obviously just trying to save a little bit of tire. We're going to see that be a huge deal. This track, when it's hot, it definitely eats up tires. Not really sure how it's going to do when it's cold. So we'll see. With the lower track temperature right now, it's around 95 degrees. It's pretty cool. We'll see how that plays out. Tire wear is still going to be a factor no matter how the track is. This abrasive surface of this old track, Tracy Patton's going to squeeze up. Oh, and Bedwell's going to get to the wall right as the 53 is going up. But no, the 53 comes down and then hits Garrett Kinder. And Garrett Kinder actually able to save it. And so did the 53. So we're still under green for now as everybody trying to avoid the mess. And green flag still out. And that was a scary moment there as we see Bedwell get into the wall, and Tracy Passon's kind of committed to exiting there, and just at the last moment, nowhere to go. I should go back and see if we can watch that one more time. Already right past it. We'll watch it from Garrett Kinder's point of view. See that silver truck in the middle of your screen right as the 95 gets to the wall, just nowhere to go. The other two able to avoid it. Tracy Passon comes down and just not really knowing that the 13 was there. Great save by the 13 though. Probably a little bit of damage to the trucks. Not very, doesn't take much to put a lot of damage into them. So I would imagine Garrett Kinder, Tracy Passon's going to be struggling for a while until they can get down and get that fast repair pit stop. So definitely probably wish they had gotten a caution, but unfortunately did not. Tracy Passon's falling all the way back to 18th at this point. Go back up front as last week's winner following right behind Alex Coffey. Chris Carroll wins last week in Las Vegas and showed his strength early on. He's all over the back bumper of the 7. 7's going to have the superior run off the corner. So the 97 going to jump back in line. But Chris looking as getting into lap 16, we're going to start to see the top side just be almost unbeatable. But not quite. We'll see if Darryl can do something about it. But that top side's going to be really, really strong if you can hold it up there in the bend, especially right here. As you'll see, the 97's going to get right up beside him. But as it comes off the corner, he's going to use the whole track. And you'll see that 7 gets such a huge speed advantage. The difference is about 5 to 6 miles an hour difference between these two drivers down that straightaway, and that is a lot. So go back here. Got a little battle between Chuck Feltz, Eric Burkhalter, Aaron Adcock, and Matt Rogers. Drivers. Chuck Feltz there in that 75 machine. Let's see if this works right here. Play around a little bit. Focus 75, Chuck Pegleg Feltz is. So those who started to save tires, you're going to see them start to make their move. Aaron Adcock up 6 spots, was back here battling between Chuck and Aaron. Aaron's going to have the superior run off the top side and going to take that spot back. So great racing all over the pack. Let's go back here to Brandon Wallace and Justin Miller. Tanner Barr. Gap to jump into as these guys battling side by side. Justin Miller swerving a little bit there, trying to decide if he wanted to go 3 wide. Going to go to the inside of Tanner in that number 1 Toyota. Brandon Wallace able to get away. This is for 19th, 20th, and 21st. Spot up, you see he gets a little bit lower, he can slide up at the end of that. Ooh, comes down just a little bit, but Justin Miller in that number 26 Ford F-150 able to take over that spot. So Tanner Barr drops back 6 spots before he started, definitely taking it easy, trying to save his tires a little bit. We'll see, or maybe they've already used them up. Lap 23, the tires are starting to, you see that right side, maybe use that truck up a little bit. That right side's got a little bit of damage. Speaking of damage, Tracy Passons running in the lead, taking the pole, and with that damage, he got a little bit earlier, all the way back to the 24th spot. So tough deal for Tracy already. Garrett Kinder running in 18th. Damage definitely affecting these guys quite a bit. How's it go up front though? We got a battle for 3rd place. We probably got a battle for first as Chris Carroll trying to continue that bid for the lead. But Jonah Colbert, last season's champion in that 31 Exide Ford F-150, up 7 spots, started in 10th and has made his way all the way up to 3rd place. Running that bottom line definitely saved a good amount of tire as he's able to really make passes on guys at this point. Definitely done a little bit of practicing in the know that saving tire is a premium, because right now, if you did not save tire, you are screaming for you know what? As much as I love that 7 machine up front, it is a good-looking Toyota. Unfortunately, I already have to go ahead and give out the paint of the night, and that's going to be your 1-inch Designs paint of the night. Goes to Jonah Colbert in that 31 XI machine. Man, that is a good-looking scheme. Little Jeff Burton throwback there, and man, that scheme is just awesome. So if you don't like that, something's wrong with it. But that's your 1-inch Design paint of the night already. It didn't take me long to get that one taken care of. Got a little bit of work to do as he crosses the line. We'll check the times at the line. Last time by 23.2 by Alex Coffey, 23.3 by Chris Carroll, and Jonah Colbert 33.4. So about a 10 slower than the top two, as they have kind of gotten together, got a little two-part draft. You see the 97 has moved up the track a little bit. So interesting strategy calls that may be made as we get ready. You know, it looks like green flag pit stops are gonna happen. We've probably got another 2 laps or so. But it's the first time in a while that this will be an interesting pit call, as you can't make it to halfway. So it's going to be at least it's going to be a 2-stop. When do you make your 2 stops? Do you make them early? And because new tires, man, make such a huge difference. Going to be 2 seconds faster, at least 2 seconds faster on new tires. If you come in on lap 35 or so, you can really make up ground on somebody who stays out, tries to push it as long as you possibly can. But if a caution comes out, you might find yourself a lap down playing catch up. So interesting strategy call tonight. It looks like we're going to go green. Green flag racing looks like it's definitely going to be happening tonight. So if you're Jonah Colbert, you come down early, try to undercut and jump over these guys. If you're Alex Coffey, Chris Carroll, you really just stay out as long as you possibly can. And once the whole field starts going down pit road, you know, you've got a buffer. These guys are about 2 seconds ahead of third place and 3 seconds behind Joseph Mahar. They've got a little bit. Oh, Alex Coffey is going to get a little bit tight off of that corner, and Chris Carroll takes the lead. So Chris able to finally make that move, and is going to take the lead here on lap 30. And Alex Coffey immediately after that gets a little bit of damage. You can see that right front crinkled up just a little bit. Going to come down pit road and go ahead and make his pit stop, as we are definitely within that range. And I think we'll see a lot of people follow as John Curtis comes in. Garrett Kinder just desperate for a pit stop. Justin Miller coming down, and I think we'll see the top few drivers make their way down pit road pretty soon. A lot of those guys are pitting out of necessity. Got damage. Alex Coffey hit the wall there. Don't even waste any time. Come on down pit road, get that fixed, and you know, you're inside the pit window. Not going to hurt him too bad. Not like Garrett Kinder racing passes, where they ended up well behind the leaders. No caution tonight. That's what I say. Jason Higginbottom coming down. You know, I'm saying Higginbottom, but it may be. Yeah, it's got to be Higginbottom. Bottom. I believe I've gone into his chat board and asked him how to say it, and I'm completely butchering it now. But he comes down pit road, and some of those guys coming out. Alex Coffey's going to be just screaming around the track. You see, just flying by the double 0 top shot, and he is going to be rolling. Garrett Kinder going to be rolling as well with that brand new truck. You got to take care of it now. You used your one and only fast repair. You see the speed difference that Alex Coffey's got going on here as he's coming up on 29, just way faster, almost 40 miles an hour faster there. Is that right? It is right. Wow. Just doesn't have to lift in the corner, so he's extremely, extremely fast. You'll see the difference. And he'll make up a lot of time. He'll cycle around to the leaders, depending on when they decide to come in and pit. So he makes the right call of jumping down pit road after getting that damage. And Jonah Colbert in the X-Side 31, making sure he doesn't speed, comes down pit road, no lockups, looking good. So he's going to undercut Chris Carroll. Chris Carroll going to have to come pretty quick. Don't think he can stay out much longer. We got Todd Schott, TJ Roberts, coming down pit road. So we are wide open. Pit crew's getting wild. And here comes the leader. And he gets a little bit sideways and locks him up. We'll see. Did he get down to the speed limit? 55 is that limit. Did he make it in time? He's slowing down a little bit, trying to catch that sector average speed. So definitely a little bit nervous. We'll see as he comes out. Does he get a hold? We'll see right away if he does. That was a very, very close. Almost spun it out, but able to save it. Was he able to get it down to 55 miles an hour before making that entry? Chris Bedwell in pits. Jason Raymond, Matt Rogers, George William. Does look like Chris Carroll was able to get that truck slowed down. As everybody coming down pit road. Aaron Adcock coming down. Pit lane. Lots of folks ready. They have probably been just begging for somebody to come down pit road first so they can come down and get 4 tires. See Alan Smith, Chuck Feltz, Charles Stevens all coming down. Four tires of fuel and get back on the track. And now Joseph Hart gives up the lead. And Brandon Wallace coming in. Anthony McPherson, the only truck not have pit yet. He is still out on track, and he is coming in right now. That does give the lead to Alex Coffey as he comes around in that number 7 Toyota after pitting about 5 or 6 laps before anybody else. And he has a massive lead, a 7-second lead over Chris Carroll. Chris will have much better tires. Well, I don't know, 5 laps, I wouldn't consider that much better. But Alex is starting to fade a little bit as far as being able to run wide open. So they will make up a little bit of time on him. But he was able to get on and off pit road really well. Fastest driver that I see to get on and off pit road. Actually, Chris Carroll was last year. The track map here, as you can see where everybody is. You see the number 7 highlighted in green there down at the bottom of the track map. In second place is that 97. You see him coming off the turn 4 now. So you see the gap that Alex is able to get by just coming in pits early. Having 5 laps of just much, much better tires. So you see the difference in the tires. I mean, the 4 tires is going to make a huge difference here. Some tracks it doesn't, and here it does. Look at the lap time history as you see. After Carroll comes out, he's 2 tenths, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 6 tenths faster than Coffey a little bit. He is definitely putting a dent into that gap, already down to about 5.5 seconds. But it's a pretty nice little gap. Alex just needs to make sure that he keeps the tires in check, doesn't try to push them too hard, and should be able to, once the tires sort of plateau off a little bit, still be able to hang on to his lead. Yeah, not really sure what happened to Tanner. He is out of his car, so. Got a battle here between Jonah Colbert and John Curtis for 4th position. Jonah pitted from 3rd, so I'm not real sure what happened to him. But he pitted from 3rd and is currently running 4th place. So something happened on and off pit road for him as he lost a few spots. Expected to see him be pretty close to Chris Carroll, but he's about 4 seconds back from him. John Curtis there, Jonah Colbert. Back here to check on one of the final 4 drivers. Chris Bedwell. Chris surprising me a little bit. I expected to see him really show his strength here, especially in the last 2 tracks. Daytona is pretty much a wild card, but expect to see a little bit more out of him. And so far, he has come out of the gate a little slow. I expect to see that pick up. Definitely think there's no wins for him this season. The last 2 races have been kind of un-Chris Bedwell-like. So we'll see how it plays out as the race, as we're getting close to halfway, but he's got a long, lot of ground to make up. He's in 11th place, looking at the battle between Garrett Kinder and Williams. Garrett Kinder, he pitted on lap 30. He came in as soon as he could as that damage was really hurting him. So you're seeing guys just kind of drive by, but he is, his tires are about 5 laps older. He's going to be behind the 8 ball. He's going to need a caution to get back into a winning position, I think. But going to need a little bit of help at this point. In on our leader, Alex Coffey, that lead has shrunk down to a 2.4 second lead as we bring up the lap time differences again. You see 5 tenths, 4 tenths, 4 tenths, 2 tenths, 3 tenths every lap. Chris Carroll reeling him in. You see Alex working the top side. Interesting to see that. Jumps down to the bottom in 3 and 4, just searching around, maybe trying to find a little bit of speed, trying to get some information of where Chris Carroll is able to make up time. Of course, Carroll's got 5 laps fresher tires, so that's always a big difference. Battle for 3rd place has picked up as Jonah Colbert in that 31 machine on the back bumper of the 12 Jason Higginbottom. Right behind them is the 77 of Tony Edrington. He is a lap down in that red and black Chevrolet. All 3 manufacturers being represented in this little battle. Nice run. He's going to look down to the inside. And is going to be able to clear Jason and take over the third place. He is some 5.6 seconds behind second place Chris Carroll. He's got a lot of work to do. Get up to the front. I'm sure he would love to see a caution. Definitely has shown that he has the speed, just the track position hasn't been too nice to him. And he's got a little bit of damage, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him that much. Well, got two Dirt Affliction teammates, nose to tail. Eric Burkhalter in the 4 and Todd Schott in the 00, running for 7th and 8th place. With Chris Bedwell, George Williams not that far behind them. See Bedwell running that top line. Been a couple tenths faster than these two the last few laps. And we are clicking the laps off really, really quickly. It happens when you go green. No cautions yet, as I say yet, and I should not say that. No cautions so far. As man, awesome to see some green flag racing. We did have Ray Rogers crash, and we'll actually go back and see what happened to him right after, if we see if they decide to battle it out here. It looks like they may just be trying to work together. Let's go back and see what happened to Ray Rogers. As it looks like not really sure what happened to him. It does not go back to so can't see what happened to Ray Rogers, but it said he crashed, but I click on it, it takes me to nothing. Back up front, Alex Coffey still quite a bit ahead of Jonah Colbert, Jason, Joseph Mahar, but you'll see at the top of your screen that black 97 of Chris Carroll has run him down, and we're about to have a battle for the lead as they lap the number 3 trigger time truck of Alan Smith. So battle for the lead brewing. Chris Carroll runs him down for 7 seconds. And in just a few laps, say in just a few laps, it's been a pretty much a whole fuel run here. It's finally caught back up to him. But I gotta say, man, Alex Coffey has really run a good race. Man, what a smart decision. As soon as he hit the wall, jumps down in pit road. Just perfect timing for that. Don't want to spend any time out there on the track with a damaged truck. Goes down pit road immediately. Has a little short pit, but does a great job of getting on and off pit road. I mean, him and Chris Carroll were lightning fast compared to everyone else and gave him a huge lead. Chris Carroll able to kind of chew that lead up, but still a really good race so far for Alex. Doing everything right. Chris Carroll comes off of turn 4 with a little bit of position there. Alex running the top side. Expect to see a little bit of a bigger run there, but not really quite able to keep that momentum up, and the 97 going to clear him down into 1 and 2. So Chris Carroll able to get all 7 seconds back. Alex Coffey going to look down to the inside. Little crossover maneuver. The 97 drives it deep into the corner. If he can hold that, he will take that position. So new leader, Chris Carroll. As we are on lap 62 of 100, 62 green flag laps. Only a 34-minute race right now, so this one's going to be a quick one. You know, with the track being so cool, a lot of times you'll get in here and the track will be 117 degrees or so, 120 degrees. Man, that makes it slick and slippery. Makes it easy to get loose, but it looks like with the track temperature being the way that it is, guys are really not having issues keeping the all 4 tires straight. That is giving us some good green flag racing. As we check up here, we got a door bang right as I change the camera. Chris Bedwell has caught Eric and Todd and is looking on the inside trying to make a pass here. Aaron Adcock waiting in the wings for something to happen here. It's a battle for 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. All right, well, we are in the final pit window. So we should be seeing the second green flag pit stops. Man, I love to say that. That's a cool thing to say. Only here in Apex would you say that. Second green flag pit stop in a row. They should be starting any time. We've got pretty much a spread out field here. You see cars all over the track. There's not a place, you know, if you try to run out there and touch the apron and come back on foot, you'd probably get smashed pretty quick. You're not going to find an opening hardly anywhere. All right, Garrett Kender going to open the floodgates as he comes down pit road. Needs to find something here as he is, after that incident that really didn't have anything to do with him. It's been behind the 8 ball, spent that whole first green flag run with damage, saw himself all the way back into outside the top 20, and it's just fighting, trying to get back into the fight. Needs a caution badly. Just doesn't like it's going to do it. Pit road's picking up. Everybody coming down. Jonah Colbert, Aaron Adcock, George Williams, Charles Stevens, all coming down pit lane. You see it is wide open. Expecting to see more follow pretty quickly. If you're Chris Carroll, Alex Coffey, like I said, it hasn't really changed since the last time I said it. You can pretty much come in at any point as they've got such a huge lead, but Alex Coffey does come down pit road. So Chris Carroll going to have to make that decision pretty quick. But 97 still on track as he is 10 seconds ahead of second place Joseph Mahar. Just putting on a clinic here. And normally you'll see one fella pull away and kind of take control of the race, but we've seen both Chris and Alex set themselves apart. Alex, you know, coming down pit road, he will get that advantage again, assuming he gets on and off pit road as well as he did last time. And 97 coming down pit road again, hot. Oh, he's got to get on it, sliding. Man, being aggressive. You know, that's what you got to do to win races. I just don't know, being that aggressive. Of course, I don't think he expected to have that truck in front of him. He comes down pit road. But slides his tires again, but getting as much as he can on entry of pit road. We'll see. We'll watch again, see if he does get a penalty or not, as he was definitely over 55 miles an hour, so he got slowed up enough to avoid that penalty. And he does, so We'll see how he comes off pit road. Oh, no. Alex Coffey coming back down pit road. Well, I mean, a huge development. A big mistake here from Alex Coffey. I don't know if he got an unsafe pit or what happened, but the number 7 coming back down pit road does sort of a stop and go. So, oh my goodness, that's a heartbreaker there if you're Alex Coffey. I don't know if he got a speed penalty or if usually they hold you in pit road for speed penalty. So I don't know if he had a unsafe pit exit or what. We can actually go back maybe and try to find out what happened as he comes off pit road. Maybe see if we can see what happened. Try to speed it up a little bit. This is not the most elegant way of finding it, but there's really no way to see it. And we'll get back to the action just momentarily. I mean, he kind of flirts with that exit. You know, I'm not real sure. Like I said, most of the time you know, if you get a stop and go, that's usually unsafe pitting, not a speeding. Speeding, usually they add it to the pit stop. So not real sure what happened. Don't want to try to ask right now, but yeah, unfortunately for one of our front runners, mistake puts him behind the 8 ball. He's now running in 17th position. Now, he was definitely in his pit box. He had to come down and stop for about 3 or 4 seconds, which is a stop and go. So some sort of penalty he had. But that's going to give over the race lead once. Right now it's Joseph Mahar who's in the lead, but has yet to make his pit stop. Matt Rogers is on pit road right now, gives up 2nd place. And Brandon Wallace still on track. But it will cycle around. Chris Carroll wants those two make their stop. Check in. Got a massive battle here between Chris Bedwell, Aaron Adcock, Garrett Kinder, and John Curtis. 4-way battle. John Curtis goes up to the outside. Oh, the 13 kind of squeezes him just a little bit as he's trying to stay in line. John Curtis not interested in that at all as he jumps down to the bottom. And they are almost 3 wide as John gets up beside the 17, trying to make up as many spots as he can. Garrett Kinder trying to stay in the top 10. Brandon Wallace and Joseph Mahar both come down pit road, so that does give the lead finally back to Chris Carroll. He has a 7-second lead with 26 laps to go, just dominating this race. Go back to this battle. This is definitely the best battle on the track. Ratchet Miller says fellas driving their guts out. No doubt about it. This little crew right here is getting a little racy. Looks like maybe they're just kind of taking their time. Not real sure, but I don't think they're going to have enough time to catch 3rd place, who is some 5.5 seconds ahead of this group. So might as well battle it out. hope to get a caution, but hope not to be the caution. Well, while we have about 22 laps to go, we'll try to scoot through the field, see where everybody's running. Talk about their day a little bit. Of course, we know Chris Carroll dominating the race right now, almost a 9-second lead over second place. Jonah Colbert started in second, dropped back just a little bit, but definitely him and Alex Coffey kind of set sail, and he really hasn't given it up since then. Jonah Colbert running in second, started in 10th. Definitely think he's got the speed to run with Chris. I mean, obviously, I think he does. Last season's champion, but just haven't gotten a caution to be able to get into the mix. So he has to drive all the way up through on that first run, and just hasn't been able to get close to him. So. Needs some help here. Is get a caution. That would be good for him. Chris Carroll obviously doesn't want that. I don't want that either. Jason Higginbottom running in third. He's some 13 seconds back from our leader. 4 seconds back from Jonah Colbert, having a great run. Started third, is running third. I mean, when you could do that, that is a good run. Now, the biggest mover so far, and we'll see how it ends up, but if the race ended right now, he would be the Hard Charger Award winner, as Aaron Adcock, up 13 spots from where he started 17th, is currently running in 4th place. Has a heck of a run going on tonight, trying to hold off a fast John Curtis in that 117, running right behind him, he has been up front in the top 5 most of the race, and he's trying to take over that 4th spot. Oh, is Aaron Adcock going to close the door on the high side? So these guys are going to continue to battle. Chris Bedwell started 4th, is running 6th. Like I said, I expect to see him towards the front, but was running a little bit further back, so has found his way inside the top 10. Garrett Kinder here with a great recovery after that first run, running all the way back outside the top 20 with damage, and been able to recover at least for a good point stay. Joseph Mahara, see him going by as he is on the freshest tires on the track, pitted on lap 74, making his way through this little group right here, and he is rolling. And he is going to pass these 2 drivers with ease. So Joseph Mahara looking to get into that 4th place pretty quickly. Charles Stevens running in 9th. Started 11th, running 9th, having a good run. Eric Burkhalter behind him, also having a great run, holding down that top 10 spot. About 4 seconds back is Mickey Isaac, having a nice quiet 3-spot gained race. George Williams in the 40, he is started 20th, running 12th. That's a good race for him too. Joe Pegleg Phelps running in 13th spot. Would love to see a caution to get himself back in the mix. Running at 14th, Alex Coffey, well documented. Very disappointed if the race ends right now. Definitely a Trigger Time Jammed Up Award winner nominee. Just definitely had a winning race truck, and that penalty pretty much took him out of the race. Right behind him, Jason Raymond, side by side with Todd Schott. We saw Todd kind of fall back a little bit in this run, but both these drivers having some pretty good runs out. Todd Schatz falling back 4 spot. Jason Raymond actually gained 3 spots where he started. As Alex Coffey a little bit low on the track, not really sure what happened to him. As these fellas going a lap down here. Go back to see what happened to Alex a lap ago. Saw him low on the track, goes down into the inside of the 40 of George C. Williams. Going to slide up the track. Looks like he's going to, oh, he pushes into George Williams. Almost a terrible accident, and but able to hang on to it. What a great save by the 40 of George Williams as they go a lap down here. Right behind them, Brandon Wallace stayed out on that long green flag run, but he has made up 10 spots where he started, so he is having a fantastic race. Justin Miller having a nice, quiet race, clean race. We've seen him be able to race some guys tonight hard. Almost tried to go 3 wide a couple times as he's getting passed by Matt Rogers in that 96. Alan Smith running in 20th spot. Dropped a couple spots from the drop of the green flag, but not a bad race for Allen. Right behind him is Tony Edgerton in that 77 machine. A few more laps down to Mike V. Apparently had a little bit of issues a few laps down. Phil Monzo the same way in the 29. Glad to have them in the race. Always good to have fellas like that racing in this league. They're some good dudes. Anthony McPherson running 24th in that 28 gunbroker.com Ford F-150 as he is putting the move on Garrett Kinder, who's a lap ahead of him. And looks like TJ Roberts, Ray Rogers, Tanner Marr, Tracy Passons, all off track. Well, that's your field, so we went through it. I don't know how informative or how useful that was, but it did waste time as we do have 9 laps to go. And Chris Carroll, 9.7 second lead over Jonah Colbert. All he's doing is just trying to take it easy, just relax, not push the truck that hard, and beg everybody not to wreck. Could be really frustrating in these scenarios. If you think, oh, well, this is easy, he's just chilling, having a good time, but no, you're sitting there thinking, man, you know, I've done all that I can to win this race, and caution right now may throw it all out the window. So you're just sitting there waiting, going, all right, you know, guys may be keying up and going, making all these noises in voice chat, and you're going, what happened? What happened? Somebody wrecked? Who's wrecking? So it's definitely not always that easy. Well, let's go back here. Aaron Adcock, John Curtis still battling here for this top 5 position. Roger Miller says, tried to buy a caution from you earlier. Yeah, I'm not selling. I am not selling. It is easier to broadcast whenever the races have some yellow flags. A lot more to talk about, but when they get spread out, you really have to. It's definitely a challenge for me, something I need to learn how to do better to keep it interesting during races like this, to have some information to show you. But, very rare do I get to kind of practice this, you know, kind of lift this weight and build this muscle. You hardly ever see a flag race, but we are 6 laps away from that. Couple close calls, couple could have been cautions, but guys, in this series. Some of the best drivers I've ever seen in the trucks. Making contact, but not completely losing their truck, not bringing out the caution. Gotta love to see it here in Apex. Want to mention again, if you're in the market for a button box, maybe some different type of sim racing gear, and just want to shop around, got money burning a hole in your pocket, don't know where to spend it, head over to apexsimracing.com. If you're racing iRacing already, definitely go check that out. See what he's got going on. I'll tell you what, not a better guy to buy from. All right, checking in on Chris Carroll. He has put Chuck Phelps, who is running 12th, a lap down, so 11 drivers on the lead lap, and Mickey Isaac in danger of going down a lap soon. Tanner Marr says, I had damage and parked it. Well, I hate to see that, Tanner, but there's always next week. Maybe get, I don't know, are you good at Watkins Glen? Because that's what's next week. I know you're ready to get to a short track. I know that's what you guys really love. So, well, 2 to go for Chris Carroll. Barney's going to grab that white flag out of his holster. Comes out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway, going to turn 3, 4 to take the white flag. And just a dominating performance. A couple close calls on pit road entry that I can't wait to hear his point of view about, but able to avoid a penalty. Takes the white flag, the Absolute Product Solutions icing the competition final lap. As he's got 11-second gap. He could just let off the gas right here, push the clutch in. He could probably win it from here. But you got to run all 100 laps. Going down into 3 and 4. And Chris Carroll going to win as the checker flag is pulled out. Chris Carroll wins the Apex Sim Race at 150 from Atlanta. He takes the checker flag. Got to be careful. Not everybody has completed the race. Jonah Colbert is going to come home in second place. Jason Higginbottom third. Joseph Mahar fourth. Aaron Adcock going to hold off John Curtis for fifth place. And Garrett Kinder, Charles Stevens side by side. Garrett Kinder going to take seventh place. As, man, what a fantastic race. Green flag, the green flag, or green, you know what I mean, green to checkered. No yellow flags in this race. Just a lot of fun. Man, you know what? We get so many caution-filled races with a lot of restarts, and they're definitely exciting. But, man, it's good to have a little palate cleanse every once in a while. Man, go green all the way. So, fantastic race. What a great drive by these drivers. You know, from a viewer's standpoint, can be a little bit boring, but man, from you know, inside the truck, it's a lot of fun trying to manage a race like that. So, congratulations to Chris Carroll, and we'll go through the results real quick before we get everybody in here for the post-race interviews. That is qualifying. Let's get the race results up there. Chris Carroll takes home the win by 11 seconds. Jonah Colbert finishes second. Jason Higginbottom third. Joseph Mahar fourth. Aaron Adcock with a great finish, and he is going to be, oh, no, almost was the hard charger. He one spot away, but he takes home fifth place. John Curtis in sixth. Garrett Kinder seventh. Charles Stevens Jr. in eighth. Eric Burkhalter ninth. Chris Bedwell 10th. 11th, Mickey Isaac. Chuck Phelps 12th. Alex Coffey 13th, Brandon Wallace 14th, and he is going to be the Kyle Roberts handmade leather hard charger. Brandon Wallace, who made up 13 spots in that race with a great drive from the back. didn't need any cautions, made himself inside the top 15. So congratulations to him. 16th or 15th Todd Schott, 16th Jason Raymond, 17th Matt Rogers, 18th Justin Miller, 19th George Williams, 20th Alan Smith, 21st Mike Veith, 22nd Phil Hitman Monzo, 23rd Anthony McPherson, 24th Tony Edgerton, 25th TJ Roberts, 26th Ray Rogers, 27th Tanner Marr, and a couple, definitely a disappointing finish there for Tracy Passons, who starts on the pole and finishes 28th. Well, a great race. Love to see that. Let's go ahead and get into the King's Corner chat, and let's talk to some of these guys, and let's see what they were dealing with and what their point of view of the race was. Jason, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Eddie, I got you, brother.
Well, man, a quiet race from you. Started third, finished third. Man, a completely green flag race, no cautions. Tell me about your race, man. I want to know from your perspective how it went for you, and tell us about it.
It went okay. It wasn't bad, Ed. It was just tight, tight, tight. I was asking them guys right there after the race if the tire wear was any different in this server. Last race I've run here in Atlanta, the tire wear wasn't half as bad, but just tight, tight, tight. My truck wouldn't rotate at all.
Well, I mean, it definitely seemed that way. As it seemed like it was very, very tough to make passes. Some guys jumping up on the high side almost immediately. But man, able to hold on to that third place. I mean, is there anything you could have done? I mean, to try to run down Chris Carroll, Jonah Colbert there at the end?
No, not a bit. Chris, first two segments was pacing me by 3 to 4 tenths a lap. I was looking at, and then Jonah was 2 tenths faster than me a lap at the end. Jonah said he rubbed the wall a little bit and got a little fender damage. I'll be honest with you, I think the 46 of Joseph had a faster truck for me than I did too. He just seemed to stay out too late. I came in a lot sooner than him and made up a lot of time on that second or third pit stop there, but and it allowed me to be third. But no, I didn't have nothing for the 2 leaders.
Well, hey, fantastic race though. Starting third, finishing third. That's usually a sign of a really, really good race. Probably would have loved to see a caution or two to see if you could maybe get something going on a restart. But hey, third place, not too shabby. It's a pretty dang good finish, especially in a field like this. So congratulations on that. Who you got to thank? Shout out sponsors, anything like that?
For sure, Ed. I agree with you. I'll get in and out of here for third of no incidents. I'll take it all day long. I got to thank Higgins House of Powerhouse Racing, and then all these guys right here at Apex Sim Racing. It was a great job, great fun race.
All right. Well, we will see you. Hopefully, be talking to you next week.
Definitely, Ed. Thank you, sir. Y'all have a good night.
Third place finisher, Jason Higginbottom. Let's pull in second place finisher, Jonah Colbert. Jonah said in the booth, you got me.
Hey, Eddie, what's going on?
Well, man, you're the 1-inch design paint of the night in that 31X side Jeff Burton throwback. Fantastic paint scheme. Congratulations on second place. Drove all the way from 10th up to second. And, I don't know, were you expecting it to go green the whole way?
I wasn't sure. I know last season I think we had one caution last season, so I figured it'd be a pretty clean race, and last week was really clean, so I was kind of hoping it'd go green. I got to second and hit a wall. Literally, after my second pit stop, I bumped into the safer barrier going in turn 3 and took damage, so I was limping it around all the way to that last pit stop. So I fortunate enough to finish second. This place is really rough on tires, but just got to drive it slow and smooth early and just hope it lasts. So that's what we did.
Yeah, Jason, who finished third, was talking about it being really, really tight. Did you feel like it was tight, or was just if you abuse the tires?
Yeah, it was really dependent on how you drove it. In the first 2 runs, I was able to make it tight, and then in the third run, I was a little bit different on the throttle. I go down there and slam the throttle, and I was able to get it loose in the third run, so it drove a little bit better. But it was just kind of really depending on where your braking point was. If you were driving it in deep, it'd be tight. If you were backing your corners up, it'd be loose. So it was a pretty good setup. I liked it. It just lots of tire wear.
Well, all right, man. Well, I mean, not much else to talk about. I mean, you just had a good, clean race. That first drive up through the field was pretty impressive to get up to that third spot, and then after those green flag pit stops, those top two just were hard to beat. And Alex had a little bit of trouble there, had to come back down pit road, and it gave you sole control of second place. Do you think if a caution would have come out, do you think you had anything for Chris?
Man, I was honestly, I was praying a caution wouldn't come out because that would have been a madhouse. Everybody up there on 4 tires, 2 tires, and whatever else strategy people would have picked. It would have been
Yeah.
probably would have saw some 4 wide racing, but I'll take second, man. I was able to get into pit road successfully this week, so I didn't screw my chances up. I'll take it. So
There you go. Well, hey, it's a good, like I said earlier, it's a good palate cleanser to have just a flag to flag race, and for you to get a good finish in the top two, that's a hell of a finish. So congratulations. Do you have any sponsors, shout outs, friends, anything like that?
shout out to Apex Sim Racing Gear. They sent me a button box last season for winning the championship. It's really high quality stuff, and I definitely recommend you guys check them out if you're looking for anything sim racing related, button boxes, dashboards, anything like that. That stuff it's top quality. And then shout out to Rebels Racing Network for broadcasting this, and thank you. That's it.
All right, man. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, thank you.
Well, all right. Well, Chris Carroll patiently waiting as we'll pull Chris in here. Chris, Eddie, you got me?
I got a big fat copy, Eddie Smith.
I was very scared of where you were going with that. Thank you for going with copy. Congratulations on the win, man. A very dominant performance. You and Alex, kind of the trucks to beat tonight. On that first green flag pit stop, actually, Alex kind of hits the wall and has to come in prematurely, and that gives you it gives him a pretty big lead. But you're able to run him down for 7 seconds back and take the lead. Talk about your race, man. Just a dominating performance. I think you're 11 seconds ahead there at the end of second place Jonah Colbert. Talk about your race. What did you run into? Where do you think that you had a little bit extra that everybody else didn't?
Well, I'm not sure. I have no idea how they're driving the track. I just try to run nice and smooth and clean and keep the truck clean there, because at that speed, I mean, you hit the wall or you touch anything, it's game over. The truck loses so much speed. I just try to run my own race and not worry about where everyone else was. And, I saw that Coffee was like 7 seconds ahead of me out of the pits there. So I figured he'd either damage his truck or pit it early. And I saw him pit, and I waited. I stuck to my game plan, and you just gotta run that place as a long run. You can't really drive it really, really hard and run the tires off it. You have to just be smooth and let the race come to you.
Well, I mean, you definitely did that. Talk about this going green all the way. I mean, what's your mindset as you realize real quick that, hey, all right, so this race is going to go green. It seems like it's got that feeling. And then you go down in pit road, and both times on both both pit road entries, man, really, really hot. I mean, it definitely made the difference. I mean, you're really quick on and off pit road, but a couple scares there on both pit stops. You come down and really locked them up and had to get it woed down.
Eddie, I'm a bit of a maniac. That's pretty regular for me. I push it pretty hard getting to the pits, and there's a lot of time to be lost on the track, but a lot of time to be gained in the pits here. And I knew that. I mean, at most tracks, that's the way it is on the old tires. You're all running relatively the same speed on old stuff. So, I mean, I had a couple scares with lap cars. I had a couple scares, coming through there. I thought guys were going to be, I think I touched doors with someone there. I apologize if that was my fault at the start of the race. But, I mean, a couple scares like that. But, I mean, that's racing, right? You're going to have that in every race. You got to, deal with the adversity and do your own thing. And once that happens, just calm yourself down and get back to running your groove,
Absolutely, yeah. It's easy to make a couple seconds up on pit road than it is on track sometimes. Well, I
Absolutely.
mean, a perfect race by anybody's standards. Starting second, finishing first. perfect green flag pit stops. Never really seemed, once you got past Alex, it just seemed like you were on rails. So congratulations on the win, man. Very impressive. That's 2 in a row for you. We got to have somebody other than Chris win, though. I hate to say it, man. So I'm going to be probably pulling against you next week for another first name to win. I'll take any of the Jonahs, Jasons. We'll take the Aaron and Garrett. But so far, it's been
Next week.
three Chris's. It's Watkins Glen. How are you at road courses?
I stink. They're all good.
News.
Someone else will win that one.
Well, I'm just kidding, man. Congratulations on your second win in a row. I'm expecting to see more of that out of you as we progress through this season. But been a lot of fun, man. Like the way you race. So looking forward. But congratulations on another win, and go celebrate. Who you got to thank? Sponsor, shout outs, teammates.
I got to thank Tanner Marr and Jason Raymond, the Five Kings boys, for putting me into the series. I really enjoying the series, man. There's not very many cautions. I always have to thank USAFirearms.com. We got Brian Zimmerman and all those boys that make this truck go fast, and I got to thank you guys for putting on the broadcast, and Peg Leg and the boys, and Aaron Adcock and everybody who puts the hard time into running this series. It's always a thankless gig, and I appreciate all those guys. Tanner Marr puts a lot of time out for all his leagues and all the time he gives to us drivers. So got to thank those guys, and Jason Raymond for designing my truck so it doesn't look like a turd on the track every week.
Yeah, well, they do a definite good job. So, but man, congratulations on the win. I know we'll be talking to you more often. Go celebrate, and we'll see you next week at Watkins Glen.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Well, all right, guys. Well, fantastic race. A long green flag run, a palate cleanser, if you will, and 100 green flag laps. Love to see it. And Chris Carroll takes home the win. Weren't able to actually show the Burkhalter Recycling Demolition Wreckage Rewind, so Burkhalter not getting his money's worth tonight. But we'll throw him up there. Always thank all of our sponsors. And then we have the Jammed Up Hard Luck Award. Definitely going to go to Alex Coffey, who had done a heck of a job kind of dominating this race along with Chris Carroll. They were really the two to beat, and then they got either a speeding penalty or a some sort of penalty. Has to come back down, do a stop and go, and he's going to win the Trigger Time Jammed Up Award. So not the award he wants to win, but it's a good way, a good momentum. Knowing how fast he was is disappointing not to get the finish, but going into these races that you're going to be competitive. That's always a good sign. So can't hang your head too low. That was a good run by him. So, but congratulations to the field. Just want to say thank you to Aaron and everybody that puts in work in the Apex, putting together 28 drivers who can go 100 laps at Atlanta and not have a caution. That's all on them and the drivers for putting on a good show. A couple close calls, but these guys know how to get it done. So congratulations to everybody in the field that had good runs tonight. Better luck next time for those who didn't. Want to thank everybody for watching. Everybody that was active in chat. Love that. That's always a good thing. So definitely appreciate everybody in chat. Want to thank Apex Sim Racing, Custom Racing Gear again. Definitely go check them out if you're interested in any kind of like button boxes. He's got some things for stream decks. If you have one of those that he's modded to attach to your wheel, use as a secondary button box. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff. Go check it out. Definitely want to thank Chuck Pegleg Phelps, 1-Inch Race Designs, Kyle Roberts, Leather, Five Kings, Eric Burkhalter, Kinder Farm and Ranch, and everybody else that puts in work. Want to thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoy it. It was a long one. A lot of green flag spaced out racing. Hopefully it was enjoyable. But either way, congratulations to Chris Carroll again, and we'll see y'all next week. Watkins Glen, it's going to be definitely a interesting race. I can't wait. I'm actually really excited. Don't get to call too many road courses, so it'll be fun to do that. I can't wait to see what that's like. Hopefully they put on a good show for you. It'll be interesting to say the least. So we will see y'all next week. Thank y'all for watching. Rebel Racing Network, and Rebel Racing Network will be back on tomorrow night for the ARCA series as they are into the playoffs. So come by, watch that. The Cup series will be on Saturday, and then we'll be back for the 87s on Monday. So anyway, come check us out anytime. Maybe if your driver's not in the field, come by, say hello. You don't have to stay around, but just let us know that you're watching. And yeah, we'll see you next week at Watkins Glen. Y'all have a good night.